Boola, and welcome to the Once Upon an Island podcast, number 2 on the charts, number 1 in your hearts. I'm your host, Wesley, and of course, I am joined by my lovely co-host,
Mary.
And today we're talking about Survivor 51. The cast was announced, Mary. I was expecting them to drop it next week, and they're like, oh no, it's today. It happened. Today's the day, Wednesday, August 26th, and here we are.
Happy early fall break. Happy early Hanukkah. I don't know. What's the most? Oh, Halloween is the most, the closest the holiday.
It's August. You just said Hanukkah and then Halloween.
I have to get back in the rhythm of things. Okay, it's been a while.
3 months has made Mary forget what month it is, but here we are. We're going to do Survivor 51. We're going to talk through everything because they did a pretty big video today talking about the entire cast and theme and everything. We're going to talk about what we do know is going to happen, what we suspect is going to happen. We're going to talk through all 21 players. All their bios are out, so we're just going to talk very briefly because it's 21 players I've never seen before. And in my opinion, Mary, the preseason stuff usually doesn't amount to too much. Like, get your feet on the island, get, pen to parchment. That's when I know who you really are as a player. So we're just going to go based off vibes. I think some of the images, some of the cast photos, they've taken a different direction with some of them. I like that. We'll talk about that as well. And I mean that in a good way. I mean that in an interesting way. And also there is a player from a state that has never been cast from before.
Awesome.
Also, now this one, I want people to comment and let me know because I looked and I'm not a great, this is not my area of expertise, but I know that they dropped the 50%. You like half the cast can be white and other half has to be not white, basically. I mean, long story short, to make things really simplified. This cast doesn't look like they followed that rule. And I know that they dropped that, like, I think was it CBS or was it the company in charge of them? It was one or the other. They dropped the rule after 49, after 50. I think it was around that time. And then 50 didn't follow the rule by like one player. And we talked about it, but it was like, okay, but that was a returnee season. Doesn't even count. And then Jesse Tannenbaum, the casting director, came out and said, we're going to do what we want, which is doing what we did before. But then I look at this cast, I'm like, it doesn't look like we're doing what we did before. So I get a little confused when they say things and then they do the opposite, which happens quite frequently. So yes, I am frequently confused. Anyways, Mary, we're going into the open era and Jeff has promised us anything and everything can happen.
Yeah.
1 to 10. 1 is I don't believe this at all. 10 is, oh, Jeff is telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Where are you at?
Okay, where I'm at is not on the number scale at all because I thought we always were in this era where anything could happen from the past. Like, I'm confused. How is stuff from the past not happening already?
You're saying how is this different than the new era?
How is it different in any way?
Well, for one, there's 21 players on this cast.
Well, sure, that's different.
And there's 2 tribes.
That's different. But no, how I read, any twist from the previous season could happen at any time. Like, that's what we're told Survivor is, to expect the unexpected. You never know what's going to happen, and we could bring up anything at any time. For me, it's just like, I don't know. I'm not surprised.
You need to see it to believe it?
I guess I need to see it to believe it, to understand what this really means.
Because yes, Survivor 50, I definitely felt like they were just throwing everything at the wall, good or bad, and a lot of time it was bad. But during the new era, it felt like seasons 41 through 49 were very predictable. We knew that they were going to merge with the Mergatory.
Right.
We knew that they would then split everyone up the very next episode into 2 groups. Or in 50, it's 3 groups. Now let's call it the Blood Moon. Like it's something different. And it's not. You get the idea though. It was like, we got the same shtick every season. And they finally, towards the end, started to mix up a little bit. Like they finally did tribe swaps when they hadn't been doing tribe swaps, stuff like that. It really took them a long time to get their heads out of their butts and start doing different things. But they avoided themes. And then after 50, like we might continue to do themes after 50, but then this season is just 51.
Right.
And it's like, and I think Jeff said it's oops, all whales.
Oops, all whales.
Isn't that what he said?
So yes, in the video, the theme for 51 is whales. And why? I don't know.
Because the art department had nothing to work off of, as usual.
Exactly. There was a tiny little blurb at the beginning of the video where he said something to the effect of, Tribal Council is set up as this village where the whales have been the saviors of the village. And so, yeah, the be a whale and you'll win Survivor
Yeah.
51, I guess.
Oh, so you're saying this is a season for fat people.
I don't know.
All right, we gotta look at who's the fast on the cast.
Oh my
They've won. They've won according to the theme. Oh man, I would do pretty well then. I'm not on the thinner side. I gotta say though, we haven't even mentioned this. September, I believe. Double check me here. It's September 23rd. Survivor's premiering. It's the last Wednesday of September. Is it?
This says September 23rd. Yes.
Thank you. September 23rd, Survivor premieres. The week before, because those who follow the channel know that I also talk about Traitors and Amazing Race. The week before, the Thursday before Survivor premieres, the Traitors starts with their new season. But they're calling it New Blood, and it's on NBC. It's not just on Peacock. A whole different thing. Anyways, for those Traitors fans out there, it is all newbie people, because I know some people complain that it's been celebrities. Next season's all newbies. Premieres the week before Survivor. The week after Survivor is when Amazing Race 39 starts. And there have been rumblings in the smaller Amazing Race community that 40 could be
a returnee.
Right. I don't know what it'd be called, but we're hoping for Winners at War.
Winners season. Yeah, that's right.
But not called Winners at War, because that's an absurd name for the Amazing Race. But someone who's smarter than me and more clever than me can come up with a better name for an all winner season for Amazing Race. I think it makes more sense for that show. But that's the idea, is that 39's premiering this season. Hopefully it's not the equivalent to Survivor 39. Hopefully not. But yes, 40 of Amazing Race. I'm hoping they haven't filmed it yet, but murmurs are abound. A returnee at minimum, winners hopefully. I think that's where we're at on that. Yeah,
that would be really fun. They've never done that before, right?
If you haven't watched Amazing Race, if they do the next season is all winners, you gotta watch it. No, they've never done all winners. They've brought back, I think, one winning team ever, maybe two. I know one for sure. But yeah, they don't usually bring back winners. They usually bring back people who have not won for like a second chance. Right. That's usually what they do, which is always fun. But yeah, all winners would be awesome. So anyways, that's off track a little bit. Something I do want to mention is that I have a 20-hour podcast I did with the Survivor specialists. It's on
all
Patreon. Yes. Well, no, we recorded it over 10 weeks. We talked about all 50 winners of Survivor, me and Phil from the Survivor specialist. It's on Patreon right now. Available to everyone, but it'll be on YouTube soon in the next week or so. Just want to throw that out there because it's a big one, and I was meaning to put it out, Mary. The day this podcast came out on YouTube, this was the day it was supposed to come out on YouTube, but then Survivor's like, cast drop. Okay, well, here we are.
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities. It's true. I just want to give you plenty of time because 20 hours is like, that's like something that's why it's cut into segments. Listen to each winner, 50 different winners. So here we are. We're going to have our 51st winner. So Mary, with the open era, my suspicion is that obviously the 21 people, 2 tribes. We talked about this a little bit previously this summer. I think we did a little short podcast talking about twists and rumors right after 50. It was right after 50. With more time to reflect and think, I'm wondering if Survivor will do the actual dangerous thing, the actual thing to be like, oh man, no, they didn't, which is the 21 people vote one person off and that person doesn't get on a tribe. Or will they do the less dangerous thing of that extra person just goes to exile and waits until somebody's voted off and then they join the tribe? What do you think?
I'm leaning toward exile because, again, as Jeff has said, anything from the past can be used. There's no new things coming out.
And the exile equivalent, I believe, is what they did on season 14, because season 14 had 19 people. The only other season to have an odd number of people. However, on season 14, it was because a player dropped like the day before they filmed. Melissa McNulty is her name. She dropped. She had like a panic attack or something. It was like the night before, the day before. And so they didn't have a replacement for her. They didn't have alternates at that time, I guess, on the island. So that was the very first season of Fiji they did. And yeah, they had 19 people. So they had 2 tribes that season, but I think one person like waited and joined the tribe. I forget. It's been a while. It's not a great season, but I was hoping they would do the plow twist of like, bye-bye. They just vote off in that season. They vote off 2 people, but in this case, they vote off 1 as they pick their own tribes.
Well, it's very possible.
But I look at these cast photos and I see red and blue on clothing. And it makes me think the tribes are predetermined. And I can't, some of the clothing is like not super obviously blue or red. So it makes me wonder, like, I don't know, like, is there one tribe with 11, one tribe with 10? Like, what is, because it looks predetermined on the red and blue. There's a lot of red and blue.
There's a lot of red and blue, but there are a couple of like yellow orangish, which could go.
Do you think this was a fake out by the show to make them think it's 3 tribes? They're like, it's red, blue, and a yellow tribe.
It could be because like there's a guy wearing completely all kind of tan, grayish brown, and then there's somebody wearing pretty much all just yellow. or orange. So I don't know the thought process there, but for the majority does look like red or blue.
I got to throw out there, will have chapter markers on this podcast for anyone listening here on YouTube. You can jump to wherever section you want because we're going to talk about the entire cast. But I got to mention, Mary, the Fantasy League. Mm-hmm. It's coming back. This is our 5th season in a row of doing it. And whoever wins the Fantasy League gets any video they want made about the Traders, Amazing Race, or Survivor. In the past, I said just a story video. Nope, I'm opening the floodgates.
Wow, so generous.
Basically any video idea. Because I do ultimately have the power to veto. Like somebody pick something just inappropriate. I'm not going to make something inappropriate. But like 99.9% of the ideas are not inappropriate. So I imagine that anybody who wins is going to want something serious. Like they're going to want to pick something they want to see. Like if you win and then pick a meme video, I guess it's on you. I'll make a meme video. It's just what a waste. Anyway, so the Fantasy League is open. I will have a link in the description to join as soon as the website is available. So it is for only paying patrons. While I do have free Patreon stuff on my page for those who do not financially support the channel, those who do financially support the channel, though, get to join the league. And only those who do financially support the channel get to join the league and can win. So you do need to be paying to win, not pay to win, but you have to pay to join basically the league. So anyways, with that, you get to join, you get to draft 2 people to your team and have your own winner pick, and you get to name your team. There will be, I think the league's like limit at 50. So I'll make as many leagues as needed, and you don't need to win. Like it's not about winning just your league. You need to win the overall thing against all the leagues. So last season we had, I think it was 6.5 leagues, like official, like 7, but the 7th one didn't fill out all the way with 50 people. We had 6.5 leagues. So the person who beat everybody in all those leagues is the one who got to pick a video, and they ended up picking an Amazing Race video, which I'll be dropping in the next week or so here on YouTube. So very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know who my winner pick's going to be yet. I don't know who I'm even drafting my team yet, but you better believe when I make the league, I'm going to have to make some hard decisions. Maybe as we talk through this podcast, I'll have some better ideas of who I want to draft to my team. But
that usually helps me. Yeah.
Well, last year, when 49 happened, we all knew to draft Savannah and Rizzo.
Yeah.
Right? We all were gunning for Savannah and Rizzo. It was already given away. It was already given away by Survivor. But then 50 was more like, okay, well, who do I like? Who do I think has good odds? Like 51, so for the first time since 48, I feel like I'm in the dark in terms of like, who should I draft my team, So yeah, I'll be doing more research before I draft my team. But anyways, it's very exciting. It's very fun. It's always a big hit over on Patreon. So yes, link in the description to join. We do appreciate y'all's support. Now with that, Mary.
Yes.
Twist. No, they're not doing a theme. I know the whale theme we joked, but this is not a theme. 51's just 51.
It's still just 51. Yes.
Right. It's not 51 Ghost Island. Not that I want that theme, but like
big fish versus little fish.
Hey, I mean, that's at least a theme, right? Big fish versus Goliath, but fish themed.
Yes, I don't know.
Big fish versus
like and then big fish in a little pond, and you've heard that. I don't know.
You gotta get professionals. I grew up. Well, there is one guy. He's like, he lives in South Dakota. Like, yeah, I grew up in South Dakota. I was always a little fish living in this massive state, but I'm just one person. And you got somebody who's like, I'm from New York, and there's like 10 billion people in our state. I'm a big fish.
They could pull that off.
They could. It'd be
very difficult.
It wouldn't be the dumbest thing I've heard, but it's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb. Yeah. Anyways, let's do this, Mary. We got 21 people to talk through. This will hopefully give us all a better idea of who to put on our fantasy teams as well. I do want to recommend as well, on top of this podcast, there's a 40-minute video on the Survivor YouTube channel that I recommend where each player gets they get some screen time, but I want to put don't put too much stock into that. People talk a lot before the game and then they get on the island and then you're like, okay, this is not. This is just, they were just talking. Right. So,
a lot of times the bios don't really match up with the person.
Sometimes it just doesn't line up. Yeah. You'll get people and then they'll mitch the game. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they'll just sit around and do nothing. They'll just sit around and do nothing. So anyways, just don't put too much stock in the preseason stuff, but like when you're looking for anything to go on, that's a good place to look along with the bios on the Survivor Wiki. So Mary, who is our first player?
Our first player is Aaliyah. She is 24 from Providence, Rhode Island, and she is a chef.
Okay.
She also has some really fun quilt pants that are orange or fruit flavored.
And just want to say very briefly that if we butcher a name, we apologize. We haven't heard their name said like on TV yet. So we'll do our best. We're going off of what we got. So, so Aaliyah, how old is she and where is she from again?
She's 24 and she is from Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay.
She is a chef.
So she's from Rhode Island. God forbid. This is our 12th, 13th person from Rhode Island in Survivor's history. And we still have not cast. This will be this only one of two times I'll say this in this podcast. Survivor still has not cast anybody from Alaska, New Mexico, or North Dakota. And it's annoying that Rhode Island, 0.3% of the US, by the way, is Rhode Island, has now had like 12, 13 representatives on the show. We can't get anybody from Alaska. Like Alaska is a popular, everybody knows Alaska. You know where to find Alaska on a map.
It's true.
Where's Iowa?
That one's a bit more difficult.
But Alaska, I know where Alaska's at. So that's, anyways, I want to say that she's 24. I got to throw out there, and this is important, is that most winners on newbie seasons are between the ages of 25 and 35. So she's right outside the age. That doesn't mean she's eliminated from contention. But most winners, and I do mean a vast majority, are between the ages of 25 and 35.
Yes.
And it is largely helps that most people who are cast on the show are between the ages of 25 and 35.
Yes.
So, Mary, if you could help me out here. Well, how old was Savannah on 49 when she won? If you could Google that real quick.
She was 31.
31. So she was in between the 25, 35. Yeah, like I'm not going to count Aubrey because that was a newbie season, and that 50 cast was mostly older anyways.
Right.
But newbie seasons, yes, that's typically the age. So Aaliyah, outside the age range a little bit. You said you had a fun fact for her?
So to be honest, her bio is like a third of everyone else's, and it felt like a mistake. Like, I don't think they got all the information. So it's very, very little to work with. But my fun fact from her is that she does a lot of solo travel, and she feels like she's good at Survivor because as a chef, you have to work with a lot of people in a high stress environment. And that was it.
That's interesting. So she didn't write a lot. She likes to travel by herself a lot, which means she doesn't. Maybe that's why she didn't write so much, because she doesn't really talk a lot.
Well, that's what I was saying. There's only three.
But then
there's only 3 questions
for her.
But maybe she didn't answer any of the other questions.
And this is off the website where you got everyone else's, right?
Right.
That's strange.
It is a little strange.
Yeah,
but
maybe they messed up.
Maybe she's super introverted, didn't want to answer the questions because she's like, this isn't going to matter in my game.
Maybe she put inappropriate answers. They're like, nope, can't put this out there.
I
don't
know.
She's like, I want 39 days back. They're like, nope, can't put that propaganda out there.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, all right. You're right. That wasn't too much to go off of. She's not currently one of my winner contenders. Somebody I'm looking to draft because she is outside the age range. That's not the end all be all though, because Marianne wasn't in that age range. It's just typical. Like, when I'm going in blind, I like to go with more safe options. So at the moment,
statistically, she's on the cusp, but yes, not quite.
But
there.
she's from one of the more popular areas to be cast from. Which, by the way, foreshadowing, will become more egregious with 52. 52 has a lot of people from the same area. It's kind of like when we did 47, 48, and 48 had like a ton of people from California. Yeah, we're looking at that again, 52, based on the rumors so far. So. All right, Mary, who is our next player?
Next is Alexis. She is 34, from Atlanta, Georgia, and is a criminal defense attorney.
Okay. So that's her fun fact?
No, her fun fact is that she's 10 years sober from drugs and alcohol. She has a husband, a daughter, and 2 poodles. I just like that because, like, a lot of times people turn their lives around and it's like, okay, good for them, but have they really done it? And it seems like, 10 years, she's got a really good job, criminal defense attorney, has a family, I think that was cool. She also just doesn't look that old. I mean, she's 34. I guess we keep saying this every year.
We're similar age.
We're similar ages, and everyone just looks younger than us, but it's okay.
I don't think everyone looks younger than us, but we are definitely towards the top of that 25 to 35 spectrum in terms of what Survivor's casting, and therefore we're like, wow, they keep casting younger and younger. No, we're just getting older. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. I'm glad that she's 10 years sober. That's good to hear. I'm hoping the open air doesn't bring back the twists of having everybody having sob stories anymore. But if anyone was to have one so far, I feel like, no, it's not a sob story, but like an uplifting story, an emotional story,
for sure.
2 poodles though. Have you ever, this is a fun fact. I have never in my entire life seen a poodle.
What?
In real life, I've never seen a poodle. This is the truth. We're not doing 2 truths and a lie. This is just 1 truth and no lies. I have never seen a poodle in real life.
Okay, but this is what I think.
On TV,
I think you see the outrageously like cut ones on TV and stuff, and so you've seen one in person, and they don't have the fancy haircut, and you don't recognize it.
I've seen small dogs.
They're not small.
Poodles?
Most poodles are actually not small. That's like a common misconception too.
You're saying I'm being doggist?
Yes.
Okay, I'm making assumptions about
You can
dogs.
have a mini poodle, and those are often portrayed, especially in like cartoons, and I'm not sure why.
Okay.
But poodles themselves are just like a medium dog. They're a medium-sized dog.
Huh. I don't think I've still seen one in real life, but I could be wrong. If I'm telling a lie, I'm not intending it to be.
Yeah,
Let's put it
that's
that
what I'm
way.
saying.
But I don't think I've ever seen a poodle in real life. And I can't be the only one. There are probably dozens of us, Mary. Dozens.
Probably dozens.
Thank you. All right, who's next?
Next.
How old was she again? So 34?
She's 34.
She's in my area of people I'm considering.
There are many people in the age range of winter.
That's why that group usually wins. I will say though, this is something that with returnee seasons, that's less so with newbie seasons, is being married and having kids is a benefit on newbie seasons with the jury. It depends on the jury on a newbie season, how many people are married and or have kids.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely a benefit on a returnee season to have those things.
Right.
It is historically been proven.
I think a lot of it has to do with like, typically you're more of a stable person. You can tend to relate to people. You can manage stressful situations. And that's just because of the stage of life that you're in.
Well, the jury, returnee season's usually older. Jury's usually older. Usually they're married with kids, and or have kids. Mm-hmm. And like, you're just immediately going to vote for somebody you more relate to.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not something that gets covered on Survivor a lot, but like statistically, this is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Not always, but it's definitely been a trend.
Right.
So anyways, who's next?
Next is Anna. She's 34 from Toronto, Canada. She is a voice actress. And her fun fact was she says she has thick skin and can handle criticism because she's a voice actress.
Do you think people that say they have thick skin actually don't? Because I feel like that's been my interactions with people who say they have thick skin end up meeting people with the thinnest of skins.
I've not had that experience. No. Okay. I think that if it comes up, it is because they've experienced probably a lot of criticism, especially I feel like in such a like position like a voice actor or an actor in general, you get a lot of criticism a lot.
Yeah. And
so you have to. Now, if you're just a Walmart greeter and you say you have thick skin, like, I don't know, that's like different to me. I can't say Walmart greeter. Sorry. A job where maybe you don't interact with people or get criticism a lot, but you're like, well, I've got a lot of thick skin. That doesn't maybe line up. But to me, this lines up.
We're on a YouTube channel.
Yes.
You'll get a lot of criticism.
Exactly.
Have a YouTube channel with any sort of traction. You'll get criticism. Mm-hmm. It happens almost immediately once you start the channel. And you'll also be told how to run your channel right out the gate. That's something I see on like when I first started this channel and I see other like newer channels, like here's all these people with, all these like, here's how to do your channel right. But, So yeah, if you're looking for criticism, you want to build thicker skin. I'm not saying it's the answer, but it's definitely one way is to have a YouTube channel. Let me tell you, you got to get thicker skin. All right. So how old is she once again, Anna?
34.
34.
Also.
So she's in the contenders. She's from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say too, another thing that's been historically true in Survivor is the season after attorney season, not always, but typically ain't that great. Ain't that great. Yeah, like, okay, so we're going to historically. Season 8 to season 9, while I really like Vanuatu, was not that popular. It really wasn't. It wasn't popular when it came out. It's become like a cult classic, but it's not popular. Gabon, after Micronesia. While I think it's hilarious, and I think the hardcore fans, people who listen to this podcast probably think, Gabon, that's a great season. I love that season. Was not well received when it came out.
Right.
Nicaragua, not well received when it came out. Whether you loved it or not, it's a different story. What's the next like true returnee season? I'm not going to count seasons with like 2 people on them, such as Guatemala or Redemption Island or South Pacific. But for example, the next one, Caramoan is followed by Blood vs. Water, but that's a returnee season, was followed by Cagayan. So now I'm digging myself a hole and realizing that actually was a fantastic season.
So what do you know anyway?
Yeah, exactly. I have now talked myself into realizing, okay, 51 has some hope. You know what I was thinking was Nicaragua. was trash and 41 was trash. Like generally, this is how they're viewed. They don't rank very well in the By the way, I do annual season rankings, winter rankings, with thousands of people putting their input, and those 2 seasons rank really low. So I guess I was just thinking I was thinking those seasons, and then I realized that's not always true. And I'm hoping 51 breaks the trend that 21 and 41 had.
Yeah.
But then again, like Cambodia was a full returning season, and then the next season was, I mean, the way they filmed it was Millennials versus Gen X. That's a really good season. Even Ko Wrong, really good season, depending on how you want to look at it. So, all right, I have talked myself out of my stupidity.
It's all up to the cast.
Sometimes it just takes saying it out loud to realize that you're dumb. All right, so who's our next person?
Our next player is Brady. He's 27 from Knoxville, Tennessee, and is a professional wrestler.
We are familiar with the Knoxville, Tennessee area. We know some people that live there. Knoxville, Tennessee. Okay, so I think in his bio, he mentioned Jonathan. He kind of looks like, This is the Jonathan character, if you want to look for that. I don't know why, when I was reading his bio, I heard Coach's voice, but maybe it's because Jonathan and Coach are so closely related in the last season. I don't know. But there's one time he puts like, until it's time to strike in all caps. And so I'm just like, that, I don't know. It just sounded like Coach to me. So, right.
I don't know. He seems to be like Jonathan. So we'll see how he plays.
He said it himself. And how old is he again?
He's 27.
He's a younger Jonathan.
A bit younger than Jonathan.
But in the right age range.
He says that, being a wrestler has prepared him for this because a lot of people don't realize that there's a bunch of politics in wrestling and how you proceed in the ranks of the wrestlers. And so he thinks that he's good at that and that will help him in Survivor.
Like scripted wrestling, not...
Yes.
Yeah, not like collegiate, not like the actual sport. He's talking WWE style.
Yeah, pretty sure we're talking about WWE here.
Well, since you brought it up, thank you. We all believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh my God.
All right.
Yep.
I still believe.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll be in my winner pick.
He's probably not for me, but he is in the right age range, so I will consider him. Everyone who's in the age range is considered. My winner pick will be somebody from 25 through 35 for sure. Who's in that age range. But yeah, I'm not too hung up on it at the moment. I got time. To think about it before I make my pick. So who is next after Brady?
Next is Carter. Carter is 24. He's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
That's the South Dakota guy.
And he is a livestock farmer. And
he's like only the second person ever from South Dakota. By the way, we go based off of the location of where they're living because that is where the person has chosen to live. That to me is more important than where you grew up. You didn't have a choice, but where you are living is where you have chosen to live there. That is your choice.
His hometown is Iowa.
Okay. So he would know where it is on a map.
Right.
Okay. Good for him.
When I was reading through his bio, I literally laughed out loud, and I hardly ever do that.
What was funny about his?
So the question was, what has prepared you for this game? And again, as I'm reading through his bio, I'm getting like this farmer country accent, like not hillbilly, but these are the people I grew up around. So I'm getting his humor.
Mary grew up in the Midwest.
Yes. So his answer to what has prepared you for this game was opened a snow cone truck, which put me in a tropical mood.
What?
I don't know, but it just made me laugh. And I was just
sounds like a sibling of yours.
It sounds like a country boy.
Yeah, it sounds like a sibling of yours, Mary. That's what that sounds like.
So yeah, I don't know if he's going to be the typical country, like laid back guy. That's not always the case, He has a company that moves people called Move. So
okay.
That's
hey,
great.
if you're in South Dakota and you need to move,
right?
Call Move.
Call Move. There's your plug. Anyways, I don't know. I think he's going to be a character. Yeah. And so I'm looking forward to the humor that he's going to bring to the show.
I root for people from areas we don't normally see. In this case, I'm going to root for Carter, unless he turns out to be a jerk, of course, or decides to sit on his hands and do nothing. Those two things annoy me. I mean, some people like jerks on the show. I do enjoy, as long as they lose, but jerk is different, I think, than being
a villain.
It can go hand in hand with being a villain. Just depends. There's different types of villains.
Right.
The show isn't casting jerk villains anymore, if that makes sense. People are just like flat out jerks, but I don't know. They're so confusing. They'll say one thing out their mouth, but then their hands do something else, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So
or don't do anything.
yeah. And how old is he again?
He's Not 20, 24.
Oh,
So right out of the age range.
And he's from an area that most people aren't going to relate to, but that didn't stop Gabler from winning.
Although, again, in this cast, you will find out there are other farmers.
Oh, hey, this good season could have been Survivor 51, farmers only.
Oh my gosh. But it's not farmers
It's
only.
not,
So.
but it could have been. That would have been a theme. Farmers versus city, farm versus city. You know, there's a better name for that. Like, this is what I mean. Like, stars like can't come up with any themes anymore. Just I've run out of ideas. And by the way, I'm making fun of Jeff, who on his podcast, which I don't know, by the way, if it's returning. I'm still waiting to see if it's come back for 51. If it doesn't, it's dead. It didn't come back for 50. They're just on a hiatus. Okay. You know who else is on a hiatus, Mary? DC Talk. Since
never mind.
The late 90s, early 2000s. Still waiting on that return. Ain't happening,
thought you were going to say
way.
George R.R. Martin, but because that's your usual go-to to make fun
that
of.
is, I mean, everyone. George, he's never going to write the next book. Anyways, hiatus. We'll see if it comes back. I hope it does, because it does provide information I didn't know. But one of those things that was provided was it's so hard to come up with themes. I can't come up with, there's just no more themes I can come up with. And I'm paraphrasing Jeff here. And it's just like, that's absurd.
Yes, I definitely would watch a country versus city Survivor themed.
Yeah, that would be an awesome theme. I know people have wanted to like do Republican versus Democrat, but I think that's just like, that's not going to go. Like, it's not going to be good.
It's the same thing, just different words, people.
It's not, though, because you can be a Republican in the city. You can be a Democrat as a farmer. For those who aren't in America, like, sorry to give you some political insight here, but like, it's assumed that
statistically,
if you're not in a city, you're Republican, and if you're in a city, you're Democrat. It's just assumed. But that's what I mean. Like, that it could upend some of that. Like, have a Republican who's in the city, and you have a Democrat who's in the farm. Like, they could still do the political a little bit, but really, that's not what it's about. It's about rural living versus city living. You know, think about it like that. You know, and out on an island, that's rural, but it's not the same at all.
No, that's not American rural. That's totally different. Yeah.
Fiji levels everyone. So yeah. Anyways, who are we talking about again? Carter?
Well,
he's from South Dakota.
About Carter, yes.
And I do
and
like,
a farmer.
I think he's the second person ever from that state on the show. Maybe the third, but I think it's the second. That's insane, by the way. We've had 13 from Rhode Island. 12 or 13 from Rhode Island. Minimum 12. I think 13. Okay. Who's next?
Next is Christian. Christian is 26, lives in Salt Lake City, Utah, and is the head of HR. I don't know HR of what company or what, but that's what he does.
Is he Mormon?
I don't know. It doesn't say that in his bio.
See, that's another thing. If somebody's from Salt Lake City, you assume Mormon.
He is born from Salt Lake City as well.
And anyone who's watched Reckless Ben over the past few months knows that, dude, holy cow, that whole like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Reckless Ben has this series on his channel where he has gone, he's in, Mary, I didn't even show you the most recent video. He like this school ended up getting shut down in Utah. That was, this is all in the Salt Lake City, Provo, Utah area. It's like in that, it's very, very Mormon. It is crazy, dude. It's insane. The amount of stuff going on over there. It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's another podcast.
That's a whole different, that's a day's worth of watch. It's a lot of videos if you haven't seen any of them yet. So, my point with him is this is not where I was saying before, but this is what I'm saying now. Instagram for a month would not stop recommending me to follow Christian Chavez. By the way, I followed nobody from 51 yet. I haven't followed anybody. I wait till the show starts. I'm like, okay, who do I like? Who am I connecting with? That's who I tend to follow. And usually the winner. Right. Whether I'm like, oh, the winner's the best person ever or not, I usually follow the winner. Just like, I feel like it's a benefit. You win the show, people are going to follow you. It's just, success brings people leeching. I'm leeching on the winners. Anyways, Christian, Instagram would not stop recommending me him for a month. I didn't follow him and it finally stopped. But I'm like, does Instagram know that he won or something?
No, my goodness.
Mary just rolled her eyes, but I'm not.
It's probably because you watched a bunch of videos about Salt Lake City and they know you like Survivor.
No, Reckless Ben's stuff was after Christian Chavez being recommended to me for like a month. I'm pretty sure. Reckless Ben's videos, like, I think they came out in, maybe it was June. Because it was after 51 got done filming. You might be right. Maybe they're like, you really like Utah.
Well, he's 26, so he's
the internet's always tracking us.
Yeah, he's in the right age range.
He is. He is. He's in an age range I'm considering.
I might have to consider him too, but only because of his musical bow tie.
I was thinking just because Instagram wouldn't stop recommending him to me.
Oh, okay.
And they know something I don't.
Always looking for conspiracies.
That's, well, I don't really have any yet, but that's the one I do kind of have a little bit. All right, who's next?
Okay. Next, we have Danny. Danny is 30 from London, Canada. He's a game designer.
You tricked me for a second. I thought it was legit London, England.
I was really trying to trick you there.
Yep.
My fun fact from him, he does seem like a fun nerd, but he met his girlfriend because of Survivor, because she's from Florida and they met at like some Survivor playing game.
One of those Survivor meetup things?
A fan-made Survivor game.
Oh, fan-made, okay.
Yeah. So, but he seems pretty fun, pretty chill. He's like our chill geek of the season is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. We got 2 Canadians this season, if I recall.
It's true. We have 2 Canadians.
And yes, Danny and Anna, you said. So there's our Canadian representatives. We even have somebody later on from Puerto Rico, but not really.
Not really.
They pulled a twist on us there. We'll get to that person later. I don't really have many thoughts on Danny. How old is he again?
He's 30.
He is right in the right age range. He's from Canada. I gotta say, I think Canadians get a little boost. They're always, 41, 42 kind of wrecked me a little bit because Canadians went back to back. The first times they're eligible to play the game. I think it was Tom was on 39, but I try to forget 39. He was Canadian, but 41 was really back to Canadian winners, but we haven't had a Canadian winner since.
Right.
So are we due for another Canadian winner?
No, I don't think we are.
We've had all these people from Canada. Can't get anybody from Alaska though.
No. We're due for an Alaskan winner.
We're due for an Alaskan player. Player. All right.
Yes.
Nothing. Anything else on Danny?
No. Like I said, I think I'm getting the chill vibe from him. Not necessarily like a nerdy. His bio, he keeps saying, "Oh, I'm crazy. I'm chaotic." I don't know, but we'll see. Feel like I'm getting a chill vibe from him. So we'll see. People say these things, and then when the rubber meets the road, we'll see. We'll see. All right, who's next? Next is Devin. Devin is 33. He's from Los Angeles, California, and he's an actor. And I really feel like this is a recruit here. What? An actor from LA? No way. Can't be a recruit. Not on my Survivor. Not when they said they don't recruit anymore. And then Jess from 46 almost right around the same time said, I was recruited because of a post I made online from 2019. Right. Just want to put that out there in case you were under the impression they don't recruit anymore, because that propaganda was pushed out by Survivor production and then was immediately debunked by a player. And if one player's saying it, that means there's more. They're just not saying it. Yeah. Well, and his bio just totally reads like he doesn't really mention anything about Survivor. He doesn't even say Boston Rob or Sandra. No, no, or even who he wants to play like or anything like that. Who do you put for who you want to play like? That question is just Rick Devens is what he said. So he watched 50. So he probably watched 50. He says he also identifies with Joe. So again, 50. He watched 50. Yeah. Okay. But what prepared him for what has prepared him? As he was being cast on the show, they're like, you should probably watch the season. It's on TV right now. Yes. Yep. Are you ready for what prepared him for Survivor though? Watching 50 live. No, playing Dungeons and Dragons every week. I mean, Survivor's just like Dungeons and Dragons. That's not the same. I was trying to think of a comparison, but he says because you have to roll the dice and no matter what, you have to kind of like modify or, be flexible. Be flexible. I have a video all about Survivor's casting. It's on Patreon right now. I highly recommend it, where I went through like interviews from Lynn Spillman, who used to cast the show, and Jesse Tannenbaum, and like compared the notes of the two to see like what's different, and then saw what Jeff said. It's very apparent, the shift and why. And I do have an answer for why. It's not an answer you'll like, but it definitely, when you hear it, you're like, oh, no, that makes sense why the new era has been cast the way it is. And Lynn Spillman recruited as well. Lynn Spillman recruited as well. I'm not going to be like, Lynn Spillman was perfect. That's absolutely not true. I don't mind recruits. I feel like they add an element to the show that's missing a little bit now, because when you have all these diehard fans who are constantly like plotting and scheming, you don't have as many of like just funny dumb moves being made. I don't know. Can we recruit from a place that has not been cast from? No, because you recruit actors because they're good looking. You need good looking people on Survivor.
There's no one good looking in Alaska or New Mexico or North Dakota. They're all uggos.
They're ugly Midwest people who have
Alaska's Midwest?
No, not Alaska.
New Mexico's Midwest?
Who don't deserve a spot on the TV. Sorry.
Mary's being sarcastic in case anyone thought she was being serious. I'm just saying, like, because I did a video also like a year or two ago saying like, here's the statistics of each state. And people are like, well, you don't know how many applications come from each state, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
And I would agree with that if they didn't recruit. Like if they didn't recruit, then you're making a good point. Like maybe they don't get many applicants from these states. But they recruit.
Right.
So, and there are actors, by the way, in every state. You can look up like there's always a company, a casting company in every state for like movies, TV shows, whatever.
Yeah.
Like for any acting. There are actors to be cast on Survivor from every state. I don't buy the nonsense of, well, there's not enough applicants. If you think this guy's recruited, and by the way, it sounds like he is based on everything you said. Good for him, by the way, if he ends up winning or something, because like Earl won season 14. Dude didn't even know anything about Survivor, got cast like 2 days before, something like that. He was recruited.
That's crazy.
The whole cast was recruited except for one player.
So see, you never know.
Yeah, it's not. That's what Earl said all the time. He would say, you never know, but it was like a very predictable season, which all right. Anyways, how old is he?
He is 33.
I'm not going to put him in my contenders because he's recruited.
Sure,
I feel like
that's fair.
I feel like the open era is too much. There's too much nonsense being thrown at you that you kind of need to know not to embrace it. People who embrace the nonsense get burned.
Right.
That's just how it's been. You embrace the nonsense. That's why Aubrey won. She didn't embrace the nonsense. She mostly sidestepped the nonsense.
Yeah.
You got to avoid the nonsense to the best of your ability.
Don't get caught up in the drama. When
Genevieve sent her an idol, or whoever, it was Christian sent her an idol, like she didn't have a choice in that. Christian sent her nonsense. Right. You know, that wasn't her fault. You got to kind of avoid the nonsense. So I know it's always about making the game more dangerous, more unpredictable, which sounds good for TV, but then people just are like, I don't really want to do anything because I don't know how it's going to affect my game. And I don't really have time to think about it because the game's so short now. So it has the opposite effect, unfortunately. But for recruits usually embrace this stuff and do dumb things, and it makes for good TV.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're usually good looking people. So there you go.
They're not uggos from Alaska, New Mexico, North Dakota. We used to think there were uggos in West Virginia. Like Dakota needs more states. West Virginia, but hey, that's going to be resolved here soon.
That's going to be resolved.
Not the next person though. I could have.
No, not the next person. Yeah. No.
Could have waited on that.
It's okay. Next we have Eric. Eric is 34. He is from Windsor Locks, Connecticut.
I love his cast profile photo. I love his photo.
Oh yeah.
He's like rubbing his hands evilly. Reminds me of Luke from Australian Survivor.
He does look a little villainous there.
Give me a Luke vibe for those Australian Survivor fans. Also do have a Parvati Australian Survivor winner video up on Patreon right now as well for those who are Australian Survivor fans. Eric, sorry, I did cut you off because I really like his cast photo.
That's okay.
Yep.
He's a mental health counselor and he has a lot in his bio. It's one of the longer ones. But one thing I found interesting was that you would never know he's trained in, I can't even say it, but kickboxing, some form of kickboxing. And I'm like, yeah,
mixed martial arts?
Yeah, it's Muay Thai.
Oh,
I think this is how you say it. I know how to say Thai, just so everyone's clear.
It was the Muay part. You don't want to say Muay.
I wasn't sure if I'm pronouncing Muay.
I'm not sure if I'm saying it right.
But yeah, he's trained in Muay Thai kickboxing. And again, just looking at his profile, like he has this, it's like a character from an old black and white TV show, silent film, where the villain has like the curled mustache and is doing the hand rub.
He's doing things. He's got the hands thing
that's
going
what
on.
he looks like. So yeah, in my mind, I would not have made that connection. But I think he's going to be
how old again?
34.
He might be in my. I may not put him as winner pick, but I may draft him to my team just based on that photo alone.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a character. Fun TV. Has a lot to say apparently, and I'm definitely interested in taking a closer look at Eric for sure.
Something to consider when drafting your team is that it's not about how far you make it. Though the further you make it, the more opportunities you have for points. It's doing things on the show. Right. You don't want somebody who's going to sit on their hands and do nothing like Mitch did on 48, for example. You want people who do things. If they win challenges, that's great. If they get tree mail, that's something. Like they do anything. Going on a journey, I think, gets you points. You can check the rules on the website and it'll show you how points work for everything. But point is that you want somebody who does things, and he looks like he'll do things.
Yes.
And that gets me points.
Whether
and I
good
want
or
points.
bad, yes, he will be attempting things.
Having the winner on your team is nice, but that's a 1 in 21 shot of getting that person on your team. What you want are people who get you points. That's what I'm looking for. So he may not be a winner contender because somebody who's like so laughably looking evil in their photo probably isn't going to win the game unless I just can't see it. But definitely somebody to consider for my team.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Who is? Oh, anything else? Sorry for him.
No.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. Who's next?
Next is Jelly. She is 29.
Angelica.
That's what it has on the Survivor.
Yeah, I got
Jelly. Angelica, 29 from Bloomington, Indiana, which I feel like is not one that we see often, but I could be wrong.
Indiana's. We get some people from there. It's not. It's not uber popular.
Sure.
If you want to be uber popular, be from New York or California or New Jersey.
I just know Bloomington because that's the home of the Hoosiers. And so therefore
I saw
clicked.
the movie.
You saw the movie? Me too. She's a sociology professor and has a doctorate in sociology at 29, which that was my fun note, but also impressive. Oh, and then my second fun note is she's won a reward as a mascot at a mascot competition because those exist somewhere in the world.
I'll consider her.
Yeah, seems
These
like
are
fun.
Things that I've heard.
Determined, upbeat. Yeah, it's always good to have a positive mentality when you're on Survivor, but also be willing to like put in the hard work. And it's obviously, clearly, she's not afraid of hard work.
No, she has a doctorate.
Right, she has a doctorate. So someone to keep an eye on.
I just have a stupid bachelor's. That's basically worthless nowadays.
Basically worthless.
Basically.
Yes.
Mary has a master's. So everyone should be calling her Master Mary.
No,
is that how that works?
No, one does that except you.
All right. Who's next after Angelica / Jelly?
Okay. Next is Jenna. Jenna is 30 from Toledo, Ohio, and is a wedding photographer.
Is her last name Doer or Dower? I think it's Doer.
I think it's Doer.
Is it Doore?
Like it's Doore.
Makes me think Dower, though. It's probably not.
I think it's Doer.
Probably overthinking it.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
My fun fact for Jenna was that in every wedding contract clause that she had, would sign with couples trying to get married, she would leave a clause that says, if I get cast as Survivor, this contract is done. Sorry, I'm going.
That's a smart idea because weddings happen in the summer.
Yes, they do happen in the summer. So she's been trying for a while, apparently applying for a while. When she was a kid, so she's a diehard Survivor fan. When she was a kid,
she put that in her contract.
When she was a kid, her family watched Survivor together. And on school nights, she kept asking to stay up and watch Survivor. So she negotiated with her parents that if she could complete her own immunity challenge, she could stay up and watch Survivor. And she did. She practiced a 1-minute handstand for like hours and hours.
So she rigged her own immunity challenge.
And then won.
But she put in hard work. That's what I'm hearing.
She had to put in hard work. Yeah. Jenna, I think, is interesting. I think she's a fun personality and clearly loves Survivor and knows the game fairly well.
How many weddings did she blow off for this season? That's what I want to know.
At least probably. I mean, you're gone a month and a half.
You could film 2 in a weekend you could film. And weddings typically are on weekends. Survivor's 26 days. That's like what, 3 weeks? But they also you got to get there a few days before. Right. I think you fly out like the day after, to be fair. So let's say 31 days.
Right.
She blew off approximately max wedding potential here. I'm not looking at the exact dates they filmed. Max wedding potential, what? Two a weekend? 8? That's 4 weekends.
Yeah.
8 to 10. I don't know if it was 5 weekends. Because, do you want to film a wedding the day before you go on Survivor? The day before you fly out? Like, oh, I can't edit this or unless she has an editor. I can't edit this I used to do wedding stuff. So this is clearly hitting home for me. I do remember Randy from Gabon filmed weddings and hated them. He just hated weddings.
I would hate to have Randy at my wedding, honestly.
Great casting they used to do. All right. Doesn't sound like she hates weddings, but not everyone can be like Randy. In fact, I don't think anybody can be like Randy. All right. Jenna, though, sounds like she's a hard worker, big super fan. I don't know. Being a super fan does not necessarily mean you win, though.
No,
it's not winner. But I can't rule her out. How old is she again?
Jenna is 30.
Right in the right age range?
Right in the right age range.
And from where?
Toledo, Ohio.
Okay. All right. That's not a bad area to be from for Survivor. Okay. Who's next?
Next is Kristen. Kristen, we're getting to some of our older contestants.
The only older contestant, as far as I know.
No,
she's the oldest.
She's the oldest, yes. Kristen's 49.
Oh my gosh, that's the oldest.
That is the oldest.
These used to be a proper society. They used to cast people in their 60s.
Yes. Well, I mean, a proper society, you also have like kids, but we can't do that.
No, I mean a proper survivor society.
But yes, no, this is a proper middle-aged society. Country. All right, Kristen, 49, from Santa Barbara, California.
What?
She's in crisis management, which I'm not sure what that all would entail.
Yeah. Crisis management for what?
I know.
Is that like suicidal crisis, or is it
know.
Like, yeah? That does mean you have to be good under pressure, though.
Yes, you have to be good under pressure. My fun fact for her was that she's been applying since season 1.
Crisis. Well, it's California. Maybe it's like when they have wildfires. That's a crisis.
That could be something like that. It's not explained in the bio at all. So, yeah, I don't know. Her bio is pretty short as well.
She's kind of straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's out of my winner contender because she's just too darn old.
I know. And you look at her and you're like, this woman's not 49. I mean.
No, she looks in her 40s.
You can kind of see it, yes. But at the same time, it's like she's no, Rudy, I guess, because we're just talking about him.
That's absurd. That was season 1. Exactly. They don't cast anybody in their 70s anymore either. He was 72,
He was 70, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying she doesn't look like she is out of shape. She's not going to suffer that much. I think she can handle the stress of the island.
She's going to be like the Bruce, Bruce was older too on 45, and he just he got along with Jake, but there's just an age gap. Just an age gap. Yep. And I think it's unfair for the show to only be casting like 1 or 2 people who are over 40.
Right. So, I agree. Yeah.
And I wonder if in large part this is because Jesse Tannenbaum is in his 30s, from what I gathered, looking online.
Yeah.
And therefore he doesn't value casting people who are older. I don't know how else to put that. Like, he favors people in his age range.
Yeah.
But when Jesse turns 40 something, will he be casting?
Will we have a bunch of 40-year-olds?
Will he be casting more older people? Yeah. I don't know. But then Jeff really ultimately has the final say, and he's 64. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If Jeff wanted more older people, there would be more older people.
Yeah.
When Jesse does interviews and he talks about, because he casts Survivor, Amazing Race, and Big Brother, he'll talk about how like Amazing Race and Big Brother are kind of hands off. They let him and his team do their job, bring them players, and they'll approve or disapprove. Like it's like they trust them. Where he's like, and he won't ever say this. And I'm not going to say that he means this either, but he'll always be like, Jeff is very hands on and is very much has his finger on the pulse of what's happening. And I really like that. And it's like, sounds like more work, Jesse. It sounds like Jeff is more involved in the casting and therefore has more of a, Jeff gets what he wants.
Yes.
What a shocker based on the control issues of Survivor production we've seen. Point being is that if Jeff wanted more older players, they would have them. And Jeff is older. So I don't know. But then Jeff, behind the scenes footage I have of Jeff in his 40s saying that a woman over 25 is old. So I don't know if Jeff's matured out of that thought.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Okay. Who's next?
Next is Lewis. Lewis is 28. He lives in Puerto Rico, but he is originally from Dublin, Ireland. And I think we're both looking forward to this.
He has a lot of followers online.
Well, he's like a world traveler. His occupation right now is farmer, is what it says. So here's our second farmer.
I'm not sure if I buy that.
I don't know if I buy that either. He might just be like, he seems like a gypsy. He's traveled to like 40 countries. He's currently living in Puerto Rico, but I can imagine him being like a beach mom and having some chickens and being like, I'm a farmer. I don't know.
Give me his name one more time.
Lewis.
Okay. Lewis Kelly.
Yes. Lewis Kelly.
I'm looking on Instagram because I think he has a lot of followers, if I recall. Could be wrong. No, he only has 80,000. I thought somebody said he had a lot of followers.
That's a lot of followers.
No, I thought somebody said he had like 1 million.
Oh, okay.
80,000's fine. This channel has 101,000. And like, I don't feel like that's, I mean, I guess if everybody was in the room, all 1,000 people were in the room, like that'd be a ton.
I mean,
a ton of people. But when you compare it to other social media stuff, and it's like mid range.
Sure. But he has a presence online versus I'm sure there are going to be some people who have like,
oh yeah, a lot of people have like
hundreds of followers or less.
Just a few thousand.
Yeah. So it's a possibility. It's a big question mark for me. He doesn't have a lot in his bio either. We've never had somebody from Ireland before. He says he identifies most with Venus. So,
oh no, Venus was not well liked.
Right. But also feels like he connects with Tyson. But again, both villainous players.
Yeah. Hey, a villainous Irish person? That'd be awesome. I mean, a villainous anybody is awesome, but just like, somebody with I don't know. I have this again. This is why I don't watch preseason stuff, because I want to be more surprised when I watch the show. I think he has like a thick Irish accent.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But he lives in Puerto Rico. Do you think that was just like to get cast on the show? Like, he's like, got to go like live in Puerto. How long do you have to live there to qualify Survivor casting? That's my question.
I don't know. I do know that in his bio, he says he and his wife have traveled the U.S. in a renovated school bus, and they now live in that school bus. So like, I just feel like they're gypsies.
Interesting.
Maybe they have to have some sort of location for home, but I don't know.
Like they have to say somewhere else. I mean,
everyone has a legal residence somewhere.
No, I got that.
Right.
I'm saying, I wonder how long this Irish guy has lived in Puerto Rico.
Right.
That's what I was saying.
It sounds like when they were traveling in the U.S., maybe he watched Survivor then. I don't know. Got hooked on it. Whatever.
Do you think he's recruited?
I don't know if he's recruited, because
he sounds like he's watched the show.
Sounds like he has genuinely loved this show.
Okay.
And I don't know. Well, we shall see. Again, his bio is pretty short. It just says he likes the show. When he became a citizen, he really wanted to apply because he felt like it was like the epitome of the American dream. But he lives in Puerto Rico.
If we could get more people who are from other countries but now live in America, and by from other countries I mean in their lifetime, not their parents, in their lifetime lived in another country and now live here. That would be I'm down for that, and I won't complain about. He could have said he's from New York. Like, it wouldn't have mattered. Like I
he
will
lives
not,
in New York now.
Right. Like I wouldn't have cared about where he's from, because he's from Ireland. So like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's something
totally different perspective and culture and experience that we wouldn't have. So yeah, I'm excited to watch Lewis. Will he win? I don't know, because will he be able to make genuine connections with people? Possibly.
Genuine connections, maybe. I think he has an uphill battle. Just it depends on how Irish he is. I don't know how to say that. Like, because you are gonna. Either is he charming Irish, where it's like, oh, wow, what a charming, lovable foreigner? Or is he like, oh, I can't really connect with this guy because his culture is too different from mine?
Well, it's possible. We've had lots of people with very strong cultures and even strong accents on the show that still did well.
Sure.
I can't think of any
But I'm
winners.
talking about winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking winners. I'm not saying you can't do well. I'm saying, I'm trying to think of winners. And it's like, winners kind of fall into... You're attractive and you're well liked and you connect with a lot of people.
So the popular people.
And he looks attractive based on what I know.
Who is less popular than a fun-loving Irishman?
That's what I'm saying. If that's the direction, but what if he's just like too different? So he's my biggest question mark for me.
Dark horse.
Besides the guy who got recruited, but I feel like we kind of know where.
No.
The guy who got recruited is either going to be like a complete dud or he's going to like embrace all the nonsense. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Lewis is my biggest question mark. Good or bad, I don't know. But I do like that Survivor is kind of taking it feels like a swing here.
Yeah.
Like casting somebody they don't normally cast. This kind of, so
right.
I am looking forward to Lewis. Not a winner contender for me. Maybe I'll put him higher. I don't know where I'm putting my draft. Like, but he's not a winner contender just because of the culture.
He's my number one pick.
If we had like a whole tribe of people from Ireland, I would consider him. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm being real. Like, let's get real. If he wins this season, awesome. Amazing. I'm glad somebody did it. Like he's from another country like that, but we'll see. Okay. All right. Who's next?
Next is Linnea. She's 25 from Jersey City, New Jersey. She has her own business, but I have no idea what it is. It doesn't say
I know what it is, but it's inappropriate to say on the podcast. I can tell you afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say
our podcast is PG.
I was going to say that her biopic, she looks like Liv Tyler to me. That's the vibe I got.
Mary likes Liv Tyler. Mary's a big Liv Tyler fan.
I am. But anyways, her fun fact was she has a laughing problem and will laugh uncontrollably in random situations. So that could be interesting. I don't know.
The fact that she can't say what business she's in, which I kind of expected, by the way, for the show, means it's like, okay, she's going to tell people out there, but like they can't show it on the show. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if we get to know her, it's going to feel like this is it a dark, mysterious past. You know what I mean? Like, is it like, well, there's like, we can't say what it is on the show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what I mean yet because I haven't told you yet. I'll tell you after, but.
Do you think
Yeah.
she might just be more of like a background character?
I'm saying that it's interesting to me that casting decided to pick somebody that they literally cannot say. If they can't say, she didn't say in her bio, that means that she can't say.
Right.
Like she's not gonna be able to say it on the show. Like if it would be anywhere, it would be in the bio.
Gotcha.
It would have been in the bio. But if it can't be in the bio, then she's not gonna say it on the show.
Not in the bio that I can see.
Yeah. This is a PG podcast. I'm not gonna say it on here, but I'll tell you after. Okay, who's next? Oh, how old is she again?
25.
She is from the right area of the U.S. to that. There'll be other people
New
from
Jersey.
right.
Yeah.
It's not a lock though. It's not a lock. The area is not as much of a lock. It means it's a higher chance of you getting cast, but it's not a lock for you winning. Like Savannah's from Georgia.
Right.
Yeah. Which ironic, by the way, Savannah, Georgia. But anyway, Savannah was from Georgia and she won. So it's not like, oh, you need to be from these states to win, but you do need to be in an age range, and she is in the right age range. So she's a consideration. I don't know how high of a consideration she is.
Sure.
She does kind of look like Amanda Kimmel, though, in the video footage that they have
I could see
previewing
that.
51. She looks a little like Amanda Kimmel.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who's next?
Next is our final farmer. We have Maggie, who is 40 from Charleston, West
There it
Virginia.
is. For those who don't know, ever since we started this podcast, our first podcast during 39, but I really started focusing on where do they pull people from in 41. West Virginia, believe it or not, through 50 seasons, never had anyone cast from it. Maggie breaks the trend. Finally, the 51st season. So we're still waiting on Alaska, New Mexico, North Dakota. I said I was only going to say it twice. I'm pretty sure I've said it more than that. Sorry. Well, I'm trying not to hammer it on too long, but I'm just so excited that somebody's from a different state. Immediate consideration for a winner. How old is she?
She's 40. She's on the older
She's off of
end.
my winner contender ranks, but I do like her out the gate because she's from somewhere different. Hopefully she has a different perspective and doesn't, there's so many people in the new era that kind of felt like they were similar. Sometimes I'll watch a show and it feels like, wow, the same person wrote all these different people's dialogue. I just watched a show yesterday. I was like, this is like a show that people really like, but I started, I'm like, everybody kind of sounds like the same person wrote their dialogue. I don't know how else to describe it. You when you watch, I know this is, everybody knows this one's why I'm referencing it. The Office. Everybody in The Office does not sound the same. A lot of people in New Era sounded the same. It's almost like everybody wrote their same person wrote all their dialogue. No, it's the same person cast the same type of people.
Yes.
Anyways, move something from West Virginia is like somebody different. Same with South Dakota. I'm hoping that's why I want people from other states cast, because I feel like we get the same type of people over and over.
Right.
In terms of how they act on the show. And it could be a lot of it could be the producers are prompting them with the same type of questions. Therefore, they're getting the similar type of answers in confessionals. And that could be a large part of it. And that it could be wildly varying personalities, but they're being portrayed through confessionals very similar because the same handful of producers are asking the same type of questions, trying to get the same type of answers.
Right. That's possible too.
I'm hoping though, the real truth of who somebody else is not in the confessional. It is who they are around camp. And I'm hoping we get some different things happening around camp with people from different areas of the country. That's usually where the interesting things happen anyways.
Right.
So Maggie from, you said she's too old for winner contender. Not off the table though. Gabler won from Idaho. But I don't know. I can't speak. I don't know anything else about Maggie. I just liked where she was from. I was, what's that called? It's heavy favoritism towards a new area. Somebody gets cast from Alaska, New Mexico, or North Dakota. I'll favor them.
You're just going to pick him automatically.
I don't mean for winner. I just mean I am considering.
Right.
For my team, just out of principle. Okay, who's next?
Okay, next is Mike. Mike is 32. He's from New York City, New York.
Oh, what?
And is a baseball executive. He works for the Yankees.
Oh, so he's rich.
Yeah.
If anybody finds out that he's rich, he's not winning.
Right.
He's not my winner contenders. Then I can't consider him for a winner.
His fun fact is that in his proposal to his now wife, it included a Jeff catchphrase, which I don't know what it was, but
you got to dig deep to marry me?
I don't know. Who knows? But he talks about his wife a lot, which is sweet. But he also talks about being a baseball guy.
If you don't marry me, the tribe has spoken on your life. That's kind of a threat.
That's a bit of a threat.
I'm trying to think of what Jeff-isms he would say. The tribe has spoken. You got to dig deep. Do you want to know what you're playing for? Do you want to know what you're marrying for?
I don't know.
Come on in, guys. Though can't say that anymore. I'm just trying to think what Jeff-ism he would said in his marriage proposal.
I don't know. That's why I wanted him to actually just put it, but he didn't put it in his bio. He just said He used a catchphrase.
Why did he leave us hanging like that? All right. Comment below what Jeffism you think could work in a marriage proposal. I really don't know. I think it's you got to dig deep. That's the only thing I can think of that would try to connect.
Yeah. I don't know.
The tribe has spoken is a little bit morbid for a marriage proposal.
Yes. That would be a little bit dark.
Yeah. Unless it was like kind of like,
everyone wants us to get married.
Yeah.
That's still awkward.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm just trying to think how that would work. So no, that can't be it.
Yeah.
Jeffism. How many Jeffisms are there that could work for a marriage proposal? There's probably an obvious one I'm just forgetting.
Yeah.
How did he left us hanging? I don't like this. He's not my winner contenders now. He left me hanging like that.
Denied.
That's a frustrating conversation to have. Mike, you got to fill me in, buddy. Okay, but he is 32. But the fact that he's rich is what throws me into like I can't consider him, because if this is discovered at all, people smell money on this guy. He's not going to win.
Right.
So, all right, who's next? Unless you have anything else for him.
No, that's fine. Next is Ori. Ori is 27 from Spring Valley, New York, and is a personal trainer. Man, we have like 4 or 5 people from the New York, New Jersey area. Rhode Island, I also consider that part of that. Connecticut as well. It's all that northeastern area. Yeah.
It's a little small. It's like one state in. Anyways, that like for those who aren't from America, Rhode Island, Connecticut, it's like a little tiny. It's like a city. It's like the size of a city. I know it's not truly, but it's like so small. But to me, it's like New York, New Jersey. It's all yeah. Anyways, okay. So who again? Sorry. Ori. What was his age?
He's 27.
Anything fun about him?
He played NCAA Division I football for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Came from like a low income family.
He's our athlete of the season.
He's our athlete. He worked really hard. I tried to get in the NFL, but that didn't work out for him. But now he's a personal trainer.
Athletes don't tend to win the show. People who are like, athlete is the thing I was cast for. I don't think we've had one win the show. Just thinking through real quick. I'm not going to name all 50 winners off my head. Yeah. I can do that, but I don't think it's going to be fruitful. So I'm not going to do it. Yeah. I you know what? I'll consider him, but the fact that he's an athlete is his thing makes me think he's not going to win. He
has a lot in his bio.
Oh, so he's a fan.
Yeah, he's a big fan. Okay. It seems like he's a genuinely big fan. He really loves his family. He talks about his family a lot and like how much he's done to work hard for them and be there for him. And so he's doing Survivor for them too, which I do find that is a good motivation for a winner. It's typically to have some kind of motivational that's like really personal and connect. I mean, the $1 million is great. Everyone wants $1 million, but the why for the $1 million. But yeah, I mean, in general, for some reason, the athletic guys go quickly. They're perceived as threats. They don't often connect well with everyone else. So we'll see.
Or if they make it deep, they don't make Final 3.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So. All right. Who is next?
Next is Pat. Pat is 33 from Washington, D.C. and is a federal prosecutor.
She is a consideration.
I had to mention her fun fact for me was that she was homeschooled because I was homeschooled.
Mary was homeschooled.
And a lot of people think homeschooled kids can't do much, but here you go. You could be a federal prosecutor.
Podcasting. Oh, yeah, that too.
No, she's definitely seems driven. Her mom, obviously, who homeschooled her, and her dad. Just her dad was in the Air Force, but mom homeschooled him, stayed at home. And she seems like, I don't know, she's just very intense. Maybe it's her blue eyes. But she seems like a very intense person.
Okay.
Which can be good.
What's her job again?
Well, exactly. She's a federal prosecutor.
Well, is that okay? Hold on. We have federal prosecutor and a criminal defense lawyer. Are they going to be on the same tribe?
That's true.
That's two people are usually at odds with each other.
We have a lot of similar jobs.
What?
Actually.
No, not on Survivor.
But that are slightly different than what we usually get on Survivor.
No, we usually get lawyers on Survivor.
Okay, but federal prosecutor and a criminal investigator, not exactly the same as lawyers, right? I mean, they are lawyers.
Same thing.
They are lawyers, but it's a very specific genre. Sorry. Yeah, okay. You're right.
Survivor casting lawyers is a trope as old as time.
Anyways, what I was trying to say was she seems like she has an intense personality, which can be good. Like you can be really driven and motivated and work hard and that'd be a good thing. But also you still need to connect with people. And sometimes the really intense personalities don't always connect well with people. So we'll see.
You have very good analysis, Mary. Who is next?
Next is Rob. Rob is 40. So our last
he's
old
cooked.
person.
He's cooked.
From Cumberland, Rhode Island, and he's an airline gate agent.
At 40, he may not know what cooked means, so.
I'm sure he does. That's pretty
It's
obvious.
a pretty common phrase now, okay.
Yeah.
I say that like I'm
Like we're so far
I'm
away
Gen
from
Z
40.
I know. Don't say every year we get closer and I don't like it. Stop it. All right. What was his fun fact?
He's a city boy who wants to prove he can make it on an island. So here's our city boy versus all the farmers out there. It sounds like he's never really been out in the woods and he's always been in the city. He enjoys working at the airport, which to me is like unfathomable. I really don't enjoy the airport anymore. I don't know why.
Working at the airport sounds stressful.
Yeah, it sounds stressful. Yeah. But apparently it's, something he does and he's good at. And so there you go. He didn't have a lot in his bio, but he did seem like a fan. I mean, he talked about Boston Rob and Tony and Joe.
I mean, that's one way to get to Jeff's heart.
That is one way.
Boston Rob.
Yeah.
I mean, his name is Rob. He's from the Northeast. Does he have a Boston accent too while we're at it? Where's he from?
Rob. He's from Cumberland, Rhode Island.
There's 2 people from Rhode Island this season?
There are 2 people from Rhode Island.
Oh my gosh. Again, that is 0.3% of America's population is that state.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing against Rhode Island. It's just the absurdity of, okay, all right, I've already said my piece. What? Okay.
His fun fact should have been that he's a big reality TV junkie, so he watches Real Housewives, Traders, Love Island, The Challenge, Big Brother, all of them.
This is nothing against these people, by the way. They did not choose to, they want to be cast on the show.
But why from Rhode Island?
Why so many from Rhode Island? Right. There's so many states. Why are we pulling from this little tiny state so much? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Who's next after Rob?
Next is Sharonda. Sharonda is 34, lives in Richmond, Kentucky, and is an OBGYN.
I like her name, Sharonda.
It's a fun name. I used to live near Richmond, Kentucky, so that's kind of fun. She used to play violin. Obviously, she's now a doctor. OBGYN is doctor, right?
Yes.
She didn't have a lot in her bio either. She's married, and her grandparents were her biggest inspiration because they had to drop out of school and work and sacrifice for their family, which I thought was very sweet. So,
how old is she again?
She's 34.
The last person who talked about their grandparents in such high regards was Brandon on 45, and he couldn't climb a ladder. He slipped on rocks.
Oh my goodness.
He was voted off second.
Does that
that's
mean
not high
anything?
hopes. Hearing grandparents inspired me. Ooh, I don't know if that's a good thing.
I'm pretty sure Sharonda can climb a ladder.
I didn't think Brandon couldn't climb a ladder until the show started, to be fair. So
you never know.
I wasn't I didn't look at him and think, oh, that guy cannot climb a ladder. He was like, my grandparents robbed banks or whatever. And then
her grandparents didn't rob banks. This is like the opposite of that. They're hardworking and self-sacrificing. So yeah, look for good things from Sharonda.
Parents from robbing the banks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what her parents were doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is, I think we got one more player, right?
Yep. Our last player is Jen Ann. She's 24 from Fort Worth, Texas, and is a medical student. Her fun fact.
How old?
She's 24.
I forgot how long it takes to get through medical school, man. It takes
8 years.
Yeah,
usually?
It takes longer. Well, a lot of people go to school for 8 years. They're called doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Show my age. Okay. Anything fun about her?
My only fun fact was that she did Boy Scouts as a kid.
You could do Boy Scouts as a girl?
Apparently she did.
But it's called Boy Scouts.
Oh boy.
Wait. Could guys join the Girl Scouts now? Is that a thing?
Well, that was her whole thing was that yes, I did Boy Scouts. And yes. I'm assuming she's not that obviously not that old. She's only 24. So the fact that this happened fairly recently,
I mean, it has to be. She's 24.
Right.
Of course, it could have been 20 years. I mean, it could have been when she was a little kid, I guess.
She just said it helped prepare her for outdoors and survival skills.
Right. It sounds like it was more recent, like when she was a teenager. Why else would you put that?
Yeah,
why would you put that as one of your... Interesting.
Someone update us on all the ins and outs of the Scouts, please.
Yeah,
we are
somebody
unaware.
who knows what they're talking about. Let me know. I did not know. This is news to me. I didn't know Boy Scouts join girls could join Boy Scouts. Or is it just one way? I don't know. Because I've never seen boys selling Girl Scout cookies, my point.
Maybe this was like a very small club that she knew the scout leader from? Or something. I don't know. Fort Worth, Texas.
That's a big area. It's not like she was in some small town. Yeah. They're like, well, We'll let everybody be in the Boy Scouts because we don't have that lot of people. Fort Worth. Okay.
Fort Worth.
Okay. Well, Mary,
Yes.
we talked about all 21 players.
We have.
Anybody between 25 and 35 I will consider, except for the one guy who was a recruit and the other guy who was rich from being a baseball exec. So everyone else in the age range is being considered for winner picks at the moment. But now we got people's questions. So we got questions on Patreon and on YouTube. We're going to answer all of them. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First one is from Lucas Jedi on Patreon. Asks, could they do a final tribal council this season?
They could, because it's been done before, correct?
It is a twist. I don't know if that's a twist. Is it a twist? No, I guess it is because they've been doing final 3 for so long. Could they do a final 2? I don't. I think if the cast was smaller, I would consider it. But 21 people means we gotta whittle down to 2. And I don't know Survivor is going to remove 18. What's that? I know it's 19 people to get down to 2. I know we just did that to get down to 3 last season, but that was excessive. To do it this season, it would feel excessive again.
You need another blood moon or 2.
Oh, please no. All right. It's a possibility. I just don't think it's a high possibility. Jeff's been pretty adamant, pretty open that he likes 3 more than 2. Next one's from Kyle. Says, big fan of the show. Wondering if you guys think 50 was seen as an overall positive by Jeff in production, encouraging more of the rash decision making in game design, or if there was enough outspoken mixed reviews to have them finding a happy medium. What do you think? Do you think the nonsense is going to die down because there's too much last season? Namely, like Christian getting eliminated on nonsense?
I don't think the nonsense is going to die down. I don't. No. I think they enjoy what the end product that they have.
The nonsense, I think in their mind, and this probably does work with the casual audience. For example, like my dad, who's a casual fan, doesn't listen to podcasts, doesn't do anything. He just watches the show as it comes out. The nonsense hides the fact that we've been in the same location since season 33. Yes. Hides the 26 days from the general perception. Right. The it's spectacle for the sake of spectacle. Instead of relying on your cast and knowing that they're going to deliver a good product, the more spectacle tells me they're not as confident in their cast delivering a good show. They're more wanting to control things and try to engineer episodes. That's really what it seems like they've been doing in the new era, and 50 was egregious for it as well. So do I think that they heard the negativity? I think the only thing I bet you the only negativity they heard was too much Zach Brown, and Christian's journey was garbage. Right. I think it's the only 2 things that you won't see happen again. And that's it. I think everything else was viewed medium to well. I don't know why that's the scale I went on from okay to good. Like, I don't think anything else is going to be like, oh, that was a flop in their eyes. Right.
So you do think that they will make some adjustments based on what they've heard from.
They're always going to make adjustments, but what I'm saying, are they discouraged? I don't think they're discouraged. I think the only thing that the 2 things were Zach Brown and Christian's journey. Those are the 2 things they're going to be like, okay, we can't do these things again. Right. That's a hopefully not. So. All right, next question is from Survivor Fan 17. How will the 21 players work since there's only 2 tribes? We did speculate on this earlier in the podcast. We'll see. My speculation is that I think they're gonna maybe they'll live together for a day, and on day 2 they'll pick their 2 tribes, and then the 21st person goes to exile and waits to join the tribe that loses a person. That's something they've historically done.
That's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next question is from Henry Simmons. Everything is on the table this season, apparently. Do you think there's any change we see, any real shakeups in future seasons of the open era? Or are we just doing or are we just bringing back gimmicks, i.e. Redemption Island, different location, different amount of days? I don't think we're not doing different locations.
Not a different location.
Amount of days.
Yeah.
Do I want this? Yes. But until another country makes a better offer than Fiji and has an ideal location for them to film in as well, because they need both, Survivor ain't moving their butts. Right. There's no need. However, he also asked about One World. I absolutely would love One World. Yes. I don't think they'll do it this season, but I would love if they did do it. I think One World is ripe to come back. Do it on Blood versus Water 3. Boston Rob, I think his oldest kid, by the way, is a senior in high school. Could be wrong. I follow his Instagram. Right. And he's like, my daughter's is a senior this year. And I'm like, is that his oldest one? I can't keep track. And I'm like, my point is that if she is, then she's eligible to be on Survivor next summer, potentially.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I think Boston Rob would put his oldest daughter on. That's the reason. That's a reason to get back on the show. Blood versus Water.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
That'd be cool.
Steven asks, might be too late, but I just heard Mike Bloom on RHAP say there's no preseason interviews outside of the CBS media team. What do you think of that? So I guess, so like EW and Parade and all these, the places where you want to get your fluff pieces about Survivor.
Right.
You go there, you get them. It makes you feel good about the show.
Mm-hmm.
Those people aren't getting any preseason interviews is what we're saying.
Right.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's always been about control with production, Survivor production. I don't know why that specifically though. My question is, were they even on the island? Did Mike get to go out to the island? Did, Dalton, whoever else, did they go out the island? Was it like, we don't want to pay for these people coming to the island? I don't know. Because they've done Zoom interviews before in the past when COVID was an issue.
Would it be any sort of like, not backlash, but like as a result of all the cheating that happened last year? I know that none of that really had to do with interviews.
Oh, from 49. By the way, I have multiple videos on the 49 cheating scandal. Just look up who are the Survivor 49 cheaters.
Right. If you're just trying to limit like any information as kind of as a result of all the cheat. I don't know.
It's always about control.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always about control. Why not have these fluff pieces put out like you get every year? Why not have fluff pieces? I don't know. I really don't.
Right.
I don't have an answer.
We can speculate, but that's probably...
Yeah, the best people speculate would be people that usually do the fluff pieces and then didn't get to do it this year. That's honest. I wish I had a better answer. Jess asked, will we ever bring back the One World Twist? As always, I sure hope. Jess, I sure hope.
One can only hope.
Yep. I really do think I need to hear like Jeff say that he wants it back. And I don't think I've ever heard him say that. Because I think like somebody who is in power would need to want it back for it to come back. So let me go to YouTube. I did ask for y'all's questions there as well. Let's pull some of the best ones there. Okay. BGROO says first West Virginia contestant with Maggie. So cool. Agreed. Thank you. Most liked comment on the post. Tree God asks, who's your winner pick? Okay. This is not official, Mary. We're just off the cuff,
just
off
for
the
fun.
side, off the hip. Yep. Shooting off the hip. Who's our winner pick?
Lewis. That's mine.
The Irish guy?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Maggie.
Okay.
I know she's outside the age range, but like, who's my favorite player as the more when I'm answering? Because again, I haven't really dug into the weeds on who I want to pick for my winner pick. Yeah, I got to look through this cast before I do that. Ceta Phil says, I wonder if 21 contestants will be the standard for the open era. Well, according to Jeff, there's no standard anymore. Right. That's the whole point of the open era.
Everything's up in the air.
But then again, during the entire new era, he said it's so unpredictable, but then they did the same thing like 9 times in a row.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. Larry says, I like that everyone's wearing different colors. Seems like they don't have to dress like crayons anymore. Though there is a lot of red and blue.
There is still a lot of red and blue. Yeah. And then it seems like a third color of yellow/brown, but we already know it's probably not, there's not a third tribe. As
far as we can tell from everything I've seen, everything I've heard, InsideSurvivor.com is a great place to go as well. 2 tribes is what's happening this season.
Right.
How are they doing it? Don't know exactly yet. But thankfully, 2 tribes after 10 seasons of 3 tribes. Ethan says, when do you think the next returnee season will be? At the moment, they're casting all new players for 53 and 54. It's the word on the street. It is, by the way, I want to point out, though, they have changed to returnee seasons in like January, February.
Right.
But at the moment, there's no planned returnee season for 53, 54. So 56? I sure hope we're not waiting until 60. That's insane for another returnee season. But the earliest sounds like it'd be 56. They usually do it in the spring.
Right.
For the returnee seasons. They don't do them in the fall. Cambodia was an exception. 31 was the exception. Even though it was filmed as 32.
Right.
So 56 is my guess. I would love for them to do it soon. I think they should do more often. I think they can mix them up. If everything's open, why not do a season where we have just a couple returns? Why not do a half and half? You know, why can't we do more? Or why not have 3 tribes and one tribe is we've played 3 times, one tribe's we played 2 times, one tribe is this is our first time, right? Why can't we do a different version of fans versus favorites? Why not? It's so hard to come up with themes, Mary.
Yes,
it's so hard to come up with ideas. It's incredibly hard. I can't come up with any. All right. Andon asked, last question. Other than the obvious questions like winner picks, I'm wondering if there are anyone on this cast that seems like a rip-off version of other players. I say that because there's one glaring obvious. Who's the glaring obvious
Brady.
rip-off? From Jonathan.
Yeah.
By the way, is Brady should Brady be my winner pick actually because he most represents Wales? He's the largest.
Oh my gosh.
Not
Wesley.
fat. Not fat. No, he's just the largest person.
If that's the way you want to go.
Jeff said this season's all about the whales. Sure. Brady is the physically closest person in size, from what I can tell. He's not fat, but Brady's the winner.
Okay.
There you go.
There you heard
it here last. I'm sure somebody else already said this before me. Well, it's all the questions. It's everything we got. Again, if you want to join our fantasy league, I highly encourage you to do it before the season starts so you can get some time to think. A lot of people like to join last minute. I feel like then you're in a rush to like, oh, what am I going to do? Encourage you to do it now. Link in the description for that. We do appreciate you all listening to our podcast and supporting us. And hey, Survivor, September 23rd. We're looking forward to it. Traders, September 17th. Amazing Race, September 30th. We are going to podcast Survivor. We're not podcasting the other two shows. I can only really do one show at once. In this case, especially with Survivor, we do 2 podcasts a week for it. But right. I will be watching the other shows because I do enjoy them all.
We do.
All right. Well, we thank you all for listening. We'll see you all next time.
Bye. Bye.